big with 2 G's. I'm going to repeat that. That's big with 2 G's. So we back with another episode of the BiGG Umbrella Podcast. That's big with 2 G's. I'm going to repeat that. That's big with 2 G's, the BiGG Umbrella Podcast. And we got Young Mhoon in the building.
Hey, Young Mhoon up in this bitch. Let's go.
So where are you even from?
I'm from San Diego.
Okay, because I really wouldn't have guessed.
619, bitch. Got them tatted right there.
Uh-oh. What part of San Diego you grew up in?
So I'm from East County, like El Cajon. The nice part of El Cajon. Dude.
Because you know they got them different parts of El Cajon.
Yeah, dude. You switch us up real quick.
Mm-hmm.
And then like, I grew up on like Mount Helix, or like right by Mount Helix, like the bottom of it. And yeah, I love Mount Helix. That's like a healing spot for real. I used to like walk up there when I was like,
is that the one with the cross at the top?
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
And I love God, so definitely like the cross for real. Had some things happen, seen some shit, and like, I don't know. All I know is like God's real.
I believe you on that.
Jesus is real. I got crosses all on me just for like protection and shit from like, you know, like paranormal shit. I don't know, like that shit real. I've seen some things, dude. I've done a lot of like psychedelics and like.
So with that, you've seen like, so like you just said, like doing psychedelics, you've seen a lot of paranormal shit.
Yeah,
I've never experienced it. I just seen the movie.
Yeah, I never like experienced it. Like I've done acid probably like over 50 times.
Did you say
like,
acid?
Acid. Like,
oh, okay.
Or
I was
LSD.
like, what? No, okay.
So
that's them tabs, right?
Huh?
That's tabs?
Yeah, like tabs.
Yeah.
But it's originally like liquid, like a vial. So I don't know. One time, I can't believe I'm going over this right now, but yeah, I don't know. I saw this bitch get like possessed, yo, and I was like, what the fuck? Cause like, I don't know, all I could think was like, hey, this is some like movie type shit.
That's what
like,
I'm saying.
What the
something
fuck,
like that.
You know? But it was real, like it really fucking happened. Like I've done acid multiple times. I wasn't just like tripping out, you know, like some shit was really going down. And like I was like at like my dad's house at the time. I was younger and shit. And like I turn around and there's like a wooden cross right there that's like always been there. And I was like, dude, you know, like in the movies they just grab the cross and like start praying. And I was like, fuck, I mean, like what else am I finna do? Like I'm gonna try this, you know, see if it works. And then like I grabbed it and like swung that shit around. And I was like, God, if you're real, like get this shit out of my house. Cause it like went in this bitch. The like spirit or whatever, or demon, I don't know.
Right.
And like she like it was like some movie type shit.
Nah, for real, like I am intrigued.
She like yelled at the top of her lungs, like arched her back, like real creepy.
Oh wow.
And I was like, oh fuck no, dude. Like
and you wasn't worried?
I was. That's why I was like, I need to do something. And I turn around and there's a cross, so I grabbed that shit and like pray, and instantly the energy was like gone, dude. And I was like, okay, dude, like yeah, no one's fucking with me. I'm getting crosses like tatted all over me. Like crosses are like real. Like there's some real shit to that. Like I don't believe everything in the fucking Bible. Like yeah, there's some fucking bullshit in there. Like it's definitely like twisted by man, you know, because they got their own agenda and shit. But yeah, dude, like spiritual shit's real. God's real. I mean, a lot of people already know that. I'm just saying, like, fuck, I don't know how this came up, but for real.
Nah, this is what this is really all about. Because somebody watches and be like, I believe the same thing. So it's like you touching on this
you
shit.
You might
like,
think I'm crazy.
Not at all.
Out. Bitch, I am crazy and smoked out, but this shit really happened. Okay?
Well, you know, if that's the case, then you know we're gonna leave it at that. What got you into like being like spiritual? Did you grow up on religion and stuff like that, or this was something that came about?
So yeah, that was my first like. My dad's like really Christian, and he like pushed that on like me and my brother and sister. And I would get, like, freaked out when I was a kid, and he would, like, tell me shit, like, I don't know, from the, like, he would read the Bible, and that shit would, like, freak me out. I'd, like, cry. But then, like, I don't know, I was always, like, tripped out by, like, how the universe was, like, created. And I would, like, think about it, like, how God was created.
Yeah.
Like, but, like, there's one, like, saying, which is like God's like the beginning and the end. He's like the Alpha and Omega. And shit. That's even like tatted on my hand, the Alpha and Omega symbol. Because that, like, I don't know, like I still remember that, like thinking shit like that when I was like 4 or 5.
So
like
that
I would
stuck with
think
you.
deep. Yeah, I was always thinking hella deep. And then like my brother, I got an older brother. He kind of got me into like smoking weed and shit. He's like, he was like used to trap and shit. Like, he's dope.
So is your sister younger?
No, my sister's older too.
Okay, so
she's
you're
like
the baby of the family.
Yeah, she is like the good child, you know. Like she got her shit together, you know. Me and my brother was always like on some fuck shit and
Y'all
like
close
growing
in
up.
age?
Huh?
Y'all close in age?
Yeah, so he's like 4 years older than me, 3
Okay.
years, and then she's like a year and a half. So
Yeah.
or maybe not even.
One of them.
Year and a half, yeah.
So I know you touch on like your pops. Where was your mom in this situation?
Oh, my mom is there.
Uh-huh.
She just wasn't as like vocal about like Christianity. Like she's spiritual too and like believes in like energy healing and stuff. Yeah, my mom's dope. I mean, my parents like they like got divorced when I was like 9, which, you know, like that's a common thing. It wasn't like super bad, you know, like yeah, they would like fight sometimes, but like it really wasn't like that bad. And honestly, sometimes it's better for like people not to be together when like all they doing is fighting, you know.
Right.
Damn.
No, that's real.
On
Like you just
some real
said.
shit, yeah.
So like you just said, like sometimes you wouldn't want your kids to even witness like us fighting every single day, and it's like,
Yeah, no,
this is
my
not good for
kids
them.
have witnessed some like shit like way worse than I had to.
You said your kids have witnessed?
Yeah, like I don't know. I've been in some like, dang, I'm gonna cry.
No, 100%. Like this is for this. So it's like 100. I even talked to somebody about this earlier. It's like this is almost like could be therapy for somebody. Like, and I'm not no therapist. I'm putting that out there 100%. So I'm not no fucking therapist. But for you to get like that and to feel this way, that's major, and that's a step up for you.
Yeah, like my first son, I had him when I was like 17, and like the dude was just like he pretty much just got like hooked on fucking drugs, and it was just like fucked up. Like some of the shit that my kids have had to like see, like the toxicness. Like I'm not blaming like everyone else. Like myself, I can be toxic like too, you know. Like when I get mad, it's hard to control my emotions, you know. Like even right now.
No, that's why mental health is so major. So like we really going into that. For
real, it's important to like relax and breathe and not be so quick to like emotions, because that like does, you know, affect your kids. And like, I mean, like I'm gonna teach my kids like, yo, like stand up for yourself, like don't be afraid to like fight someone. But like sometimes, like, yeah, life is fucking tough sometimes, you know.
Did you feel you like from you saying like don't be afraid to fight somebody, did you feel like you grew up not thinking like, okay, I gotta submit to whoever this is, and that's why you kind of want to teach that to your kids for that not to be?
Yeah, and just like in this world, like you gotta know how to stand up for yourself. And like, I don't know, like there's some crazy ass motherfuckers out there. Like you gotta be like not be a pushover. Like if someone's gonna like treat you like wrong, like don't allow that shit, you know. Like stand up for yourself.
What brought you to now realize like, okay, now I know I'm not gonna stand for this shit?
Honestly, like the relationships I've been in have really helped me. Like even though they've been kind of shitty at points, they've helped me become like stronger and not like take no shit. And like my mom, she raised me like that too.
Yeah.
I'm dead. She ain't take no shit. Like, and we Hispanic women, so like we Latino, we crazy, you know. Like don't fuck with us, dude. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Or else, like, yeah, we're passionate. It's gonna come out like some type of way.
You still vibe with your mom now?
Yeah, me and my mom are like, We real close.
Mm-hmm.
She like definitely one of like my best friends. She's a deadhead, so like she was trapping in college and shit. Dude, I don't know if I should disclose this information, but just like runs in the family, I guess. I mean, I don't do that shit no more, but for a while, you know, that was the move. But now with like all the legal dispensaries, that's honestly what I'm trying to do, is get my own like legal dispensary. That would be the goal, or that is my goal. Like,
right.
Besides like music, like I know it's gonna pop off. I know I'm gonna get there. You know.
No, that's first. You gotta believe it. So that's the first step right there. I
believe that shit, but I'm a businesswoman. I want to own a business. Like I'm in college right now.
Mm-hmm.
I'm trying to get my business degree. You know.
That's what you're studying in college.
Yeah, and I only got like a year left, so let's get it.
Exactly. You gotta finish strong, and with everything you got going, like you still gotta finish strong.
Yeah, exactly. It's hard to balance like everything for everyone, you know. Mm-hmm. It's hard to balance things, life, work, kids, school. Like fuck.
Mm-hmm. That's already you said. Once you say, you're like, damn, I got a lot on my plate.
For real. But honestly, like it's good to stay busy, dude. Cause like I'd be like getting up in my head about like shit that like I don't need to give it energy, because it just like brings me down, you know.
100%.
So like focus on working, getting money, like still having a good time on the side. And like while I'm doing all that too, like I don't know, I smoke a lot of weed. Mm-hmm. That helps.
I mean, but that also plugs into as another reason as to why you want to create a dispensary and get on yourself.
Dang, hell yeah. I'm trying to have like some dank ass, like no like whack ass, gross ass weed up in the dispensary. Like some fire weed, like only top shelf. Dang. Only the best shit, dude, but still at an affordable price.
There you go. You touched on a deadhead. I don't even know what the hell that is. What is a deadhead?
Oh, deadhead. Okay. So like Grateful Dead symbol. I'm like,
so that's the symbol right there.
Yeah. Well, they have like a bunch of symbols.
Okay,
they
well,
like
that's one
trippy as fuck. Okay. They like Grateful Dead's like a band from the 60s, 70s that they like started a whole like fucking movement, like, and they still are out like playing at like 70, 80 years old.
Dang.
Like, yeah, they out here.
They out here going to tours. It's the final
tour this summer. Like they taxing on the tickets. So
you gotta go. Oh, well now they taxing.
They like $200 bucks. They're like the worst ticket.
So they like,
dude.
So like, if we going out strong. We gonna go out. We gonna charge. We gonna run it up.
Yeah, and like a lot of there's like a bunch of different types of deadheads. So you got like when I was 17, like 16, like having my son, I was like going through this like hippie phase, like on the road, like wanting to like live like a nomad, you know, just
your son was with you?
Huh? No,
on the road?
No, not. So like when I was pregnant, I was living 17. In a van for like 4 months. I went all around like the West Coast.
Where was you at with your family when you were 17?
My dad like kicked me out because, you know,
so
like
he was strict on that, like the with the church and the religious tips. So
and just like the person I was with was just like a fucking asshole, and he like didn't want to deal with that, you know. So
so it's kind of like your dad had to take.
He was like, hey, yeah, like either you can stay here by yourself, you know, or you can like, you know, obviously I was like trying to make a happy little family. Like, nah, that shit ain't reality sometimes when, you know, when someone's not
with
cooperating.
That person you got, exactly.
And honestly, in the end, it's a fucking blessing, dude. Like straight up. But yeah, like
after
where am I
your pops
at, dude?
Kicking you out, like where, like how was your relationship
well, at least
with him?
It was all right because he got me a van to like live in, you know, like he was still like hella helping me out. Like without my parents, like I don't know where the fuck I'd be. Like I'm gonna be straight up. Some people are like, oh, I did this all by myself. Like that's really fucking dope. Like my mom was like that too. Like she did that shit all by herself. She got out of the hood in LA, went to Stanford. So like,
oh wow, Stanford.
Yeah,
big names.
So yeah, I respect that. I respect the fuck out of that, but I also respect people's parents like helping them out because that's what I'm trying to do for my kids.
Of
like
course.
fuck. So I don't like people want to hate on that shit. Like whatever, dude. Like you can hate, but like if you're a parent, you should be trying to take care of your kid. Like even if they're like older, if they're like struggling, should still try to help them out. I mean, not like fully, you know, take care of them. Like shit, like I'm gonna help my kids like get to a good place where they can take care of themselves. You know, like that's my fucking goal. I mean, right now I'm not in that position. Like I'm not anywhere close to where I want to fucking be.
But you're doing it.
Yeah, but I'm trying. I ain't fucking giving up until I get there. Like my goal is to be a fucking billionaire, and I'm not gonna give up until I'm a fucking billionaire. Like, on God,
Yeah.
You gotta want something to get it. You know, you gotta want something to get it for sure. If you don't have it, like that desire, then you ain't.
It gotta
gonna
be more
chase
than the
it,
money.
you know?
Yeah, because you like you said, it gotta be more. Like you gotta love the shit that you're doing. Because I mean, once you get to the money, then it's like okay. Now what am I doing?
Money still won't fill you up. Like even if you have a shit ton of money, like that's why it's good to have like spirituality because that's like feeding your soul and shit. And like I don't know. Obviously, it's gonna take some work to get to that point, but let's do it. And like I don't know, manifesting that shit, just believing it's gonna happen, even if you don't know how.
What gave you like this type of outlook on life? Like, what makes you want to continue to always believe and like, what instilled that in you to always want to keep going, even though with all the circumstances you have obviously overcome.
Dang, well, I just feel like I got the mentality that's like if I want something, like I'm finna get it. Like when I was younger, like wanted to go travel and live that life, and then I did it, and I like saw the reality, and I was like, fuck this, you know, like I'm trying to get rich. Like I don't want to live like the bare minimum. I'm trying to have like life is full of amazing things out there. Like I'm trying to experience all that, you know.
Right.
Like I'm not gonna settle for some mediocre life. Like, let's get it, dude.
Because you only got one life, so shit, you got to make the best of what you got.
Yeah. And this body, you only got one life. You know, I feel like our spirit,
I was just about to say, since you said that, I was about to say, so what you said with this body, so you believe in like your spirit, so like you pass, you gonna transfer to something else.
Yeah. I mean, I feel like I believe in heaven and hell too. So I feel like people like when they die, you know, if they like doing what like they supposed to, like they good with God, you know, respecting that exists, you know, like heaven and stuff, and just like acting right for the most part. I mean, like shit's finna happen sometimes, you know, but like, you know, you got good morals and shit and like a good relationship with the higher power, you know.
Yeah.
Then you can go to a higher place. But I mean, eventually you're gonna get bored up there, and they're like, they send you on another soul mission. Yeah, they'll be like, okay, yeah, because anything like gets boring if it's just like the same thing
all
over,
the time.
you know. So they got, and like God's gonna be like, yo, get your lazy ass up. You got a little mission. I'm gonna send you down there, like straight up. Like we all on a mission. Like we all have a purpose, and like, you know, we don't know exactly. You don't need to understand like everything that fucking happens. I mean, I always be trying to understand everything and like signs and everything. Like, yeah, there are signs and shit, but I feel like taking shit too serious.
Like you were talking about earlier.
Fuck with your head,
like,
yeah.
Exactly.
Like
you're saying you was focusing on shit that's like, I don't even need to give my energy to that.
Yeah. So
with your dad giving you like, I guess with raising you on religion, do you feel like that benefited you or hindered you?
I feel like it benefited me just because like I didn't have to worry about, like I've never been afraid of like, I'm not really afraid of shit. Like when I was a kid, I would like walk outside in the dark, like by myself. I didn't like, I was like, okay, God, like that's not something you should do, obviously, but like, you know, I was
You're just telling your
thinking-
story. So this is not telling anybody this is what
Don't
she should
go
do.
do that, little
This is
girls,
what she
okay?
went through. Yeah.
But yeah, I was just like, yo, God's with me. I don't have anything to be scared of. And like when that shit happened with that bitch and she got like possessed, that was also like my conclusion. Like, you know, like there's always a higher power. Like if you reach out to it, it will be there to help you. I mean, obviously, if you get yourself in some shit, like you gonna have to deal with them consequences.
Mhm.
But you know, like something's always there, dude. To like give you some energy or like when you low and shit. Like help you
Mhm.
get through this shit. You know, like you ain't alone. Even though it feels like it sometimes. Like we ain't alone, people, you know, like there's angels, spirits all around us. Good ones, bad ones. Like it's your choice what you like tap into.
Yeah. Who was there to support you when you was feeling like you was alone?
All my parents, like I was saying, like they've always been there. Like I got 2 kids and I'm 23. So I mean, I had one kid at 17, one at 21.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, they always got my back if I like
Ever needed?
Yeah. But I mean, I've been trying to take care of myself and shit, you know? I'm like 23, like I want to get my own like money, you know? I don't want to
You don't want
I
to
don't
always
want
have
to
to
have
rely
money
on them.
because my parents like have money. Like,
Right.
you know, I want to have money because I have money, like, and make them proud, you know?
Right.
And make my kids proud, you know?
As far as now, do you feel like you are making your parents proud?
Yeah, sometimes I do. I mean, like, they see, like, I have big dreams, I think.
I hope they see this. I hope they see this.
Yeah, I'll have to send it to them.
Yeah.
They might cry.
Hey, no, real shit. That's what I'm telling you. Like, for reals, like, this is some real, like, for reals. Like, I'm glad that you even on here, like, really giving
Yeah,
yourself
I'm a real bitch. Like, I'll be honest about my life and shit. Like, but still, like, just because I was, like, raised like that, I was also raised, like, I didn't give a fuck. I, like, dropped out of school when I was a kid. Like,
in high school?
Yeah, like, multiple times. And, like, the second time, my parents, like, sent me to Utah. So I was one of the kids that got sent to Utah to, like, a program.
I was about to say, what the hell is in Utah?
They have, like, a bunch of kid programs for, like, troubled youth, you know? Like, it's not, like, state ordered or anything. Well, I'm sure, like, there are state ordered programs. But this one was just, like, parents who was like, fuck, like, my kid's fucking up. Like, I need to send them somewhere to, like, correct them, you know?
Did that even help?
I mean, it helped in the sense that, like, I did a bunch of school there, like, because it was, like, you could do as much as you want, as fast as you wanted. So I, like...
So you could go to school for however many, whatever you want to put in.
Yeah, I, like, got a couple grades done in, like, 4 months.
Yeah.
And then, like, I convinced them, my parents, to, like, send me to this, like, outdoor program instead. And,
what's the
like,
outdoor program?
It was, like, so... Kids went there by like choice, you know. It wasn't because their like parents sent them.
Is it fun?
It was like backpacking in the mountains for like
okay.
a month. So I was out there for a month.
So where was y'all sleeping?
Wyoming. And like tents and like
Damn.
I'm like an outdoor bitch. I like love the outdoors, but like, you know, I'm also bougie as fuck. So. I love like comforting blankets and like nice things.
Yeah.
You know? I'm gonna get there like a nice crib. Not right now. I'm not. You know.
You grinding right now. You grinding
we
right now.
gonna get there. Yeah. I have faith, man.
So you said like you in Utah and stuff like that. What was causing you to like wall out? I guess in a sense that your parents were like, okay, we can't take this no more. What was even causing you to feel like? I guess you was doing all this extra shit.
I was just like on some shit. Like, I thought I could do whatever the fuck I wanted. Like, I didn't have to listen to them. Like, I didn't have to go to school. I'd, like, go stay at my friend's house. Like, they didn't even know, like, where I was at a lot of the time. I'd, like, go to Ocean Beach and do acid and shit.
You said you would go to Ocean Beach at what?
And do acid and shit.
Right there on the beach.
Yeah, like, no fucks, dude.
Yeah.
And, like, honestly, that shit was fun as fuck.
Hey, them is memories you got now.
Yeah. Yeah, dude.
I'm glad it just didn't
I
go
know
left for you.
why. Yeah, I was like, fuck school. I don't need school. Like, I'm gonna do this. I don't know. I was living in some like delusional ass world, bro. And like, I had to go see reality like for myself.
Yeah.
And now,
You snapped out of that delusional world.
yeah. Life
Mm-hmm.
check me real quick.
Yeah. That's what's
Like,
up though.
hey, I don't want to live like that. You know, I'm trying to live like comfortably and good.
Mm.
But I was like in this like hippie state of mind, like, oh,
That's when you living off the
nomad.
earth.
Yeah. And like I respect that, like sustainability, like we need to take care of our planet and shit for sure. But there's nothing wrong with being rich.
That's true.
And living comfortably.
Living
like,
comfortably. That's the goal. You want to live comfortably.
yeah, like you can manifest anything you want in this life, dude. So might as well manifest everything you want. Like
Exactly.
vision board. Like I've made multiple vision boards, you know. And like even where I'm at, like years ago, and I wouldn't have thought like I'm like getting cold.
Nah,
Sorry,
hey,
like,
no,
shaking.
get a sweater. So I know you said you had that van. How long did you have to be in that van?
So
While
I
you
was
was on
only
the
in
road and
there
shit.
for like 4-5 months.
Mm.
So not that long. And it was kind of cool because we got to go like Colorado.
I was just about to ask, like, if y'all in a van, like, where was y'all going?
We lived in like Colorado, Utah. Well, we don't live in Utah. Fuck that.
Mm.
We like drove through there.
Right.
I drove through Utah, Oregon. That's where I like ended up having my baby. My first baby
Mm.
was in Oregon. And yeah, Oregon's dope. It's just like it rains so fucking much.
I was just about to ask, how was Oregon? And how long you stayed out there in Oregon?
I was there for like 9 months. So I
Mhm.
stayed out there longer, but it was just like, I don't know. I was not making the smartest moves
Mm-hmm.
as far as like, I don't know, acid, like moving acid and then almost getting caught up like multiple times. I was like, fuck this, you know? Like,
Yeah.
I'm done with acid, bro.
So is that
Someone
what made
always
you
gets
be like,
spun out and then like, you know, just like gets back to the cops, you know? It's like whack as fuck.
Mhm.
But God bless me, you know? I never did get caught up with it.
Mhm.
But just some close ass calls that was like, okay. Yeah. Like I need to make money a different way, you know, like weed. I made money off weed for like a while. And then like, I don't know, the past couple of years that shit just like dropped off, you know?
Mhm.
I guess with all the dispensaries and just like the way everything flows, you know, but I'm not gonna fight it. Just gonna flow. My real like goal is to have like a dispensary, you know, so like something that you can't get taken away from you, you know, like because it's legal, you know.
You thought about the name you want to call that dispensary?
I mean, I like the name Kush Kiers with like K, but I don't know. I might have to just come up with something like new.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, damn,
So
that's gonna take a lot of money.
Hey, you know, money is just, I mean, that's like,
I need
that's
some
something you'll get you. Money
investors.
keeps coming.
500,000.
She let it be known. I need some investors. Hey, invest in me.
Yes, let's do this. I'm trying to make money.
So
Like
what
real
brought you
money.
back to California?
Um,
Because you was in
My
Oregon. What,
family.
I don't even know if you made another trip. What brought you back
So-
out here?
okay, yeah. So we had that van, then I moved into an apartment.
This was in Oregon.
That's when I had my son, yeah.
Mm.
So I had an apartment in Oregon. And that like my dad is hella helping me out. Like the dude I was with at the time was like just a fucking bum, dude, like straight up.
So you was really having to like do this with your parents and you just solo, basically. Basically, it was you and your parents.
Yeah, and like even for a long time, my mom like wasn't fucking with me because the whole situation of like me getting pregnant at 16,
Mm.
I was that bitch. I'm dead. Like hell no. But hey, everything happens for a reason.
That's real.
And like, yeah, I love my kids more than anything. On God, like I would kill for them, die for them. Here they are,
So
after.
there you go.
There you go. And dang, where was he at?
Nah, we was talking about you, how you made your way back to California.
Oh yeah. So
you was out in Oregon and he wasn't really helping you out and shit.
Okay, so yeah, I came back to Cali. We sold the van, and my dad helped me get an RV. So like,
dang. Okay, no, they was looking out.
Yeah, my dad is all looking out. My mom helped me out.
But
too,
she was a little upset with you,
Yeah, she
women
was.
to women is a little different than your dad to your
like,
daughter type deal.
Yeah. But damn, like we didn't even talk for like 6 months when I was pregnant, and
Did
then
she see your kid?
And then right near the end, when I was about to have him, she came around,
I had to.
and she was there when I had him.
My grandchild.
It was crazy because the day that I had him, like she booked her flight for that day. I wasn't supposed to have him till like the 9th.
Look at God.
Yeah, and she booked her flight for the 3rd. She was there early just in case. And then like that day, I got how am I forgetting what it's called? Like I don't know, the cramps that you get before like you're having your baby.
Like your water break and all that.
Yeah, it's like I don't know how the fuck I'm forgetting this word right now, but
that word, and we going.
Going. These type of cramps that push your baby out, you that started getting them hose. Okay, and then yeah, so yeah, she was there, and my grandma was there. She like brought my grandma too, and that was a really special like time.
I was about to say like that since y'all not talking, and then she here right when you have your baby. It's like, this is my mom, and that's his grandma.
Yeah, and it's crazy because like my mom like she had me, like she gave birth to me, so it was like this, she had been through it. She had never even seen anyone's birth until like my birth. So,
oh wow!
Yeah, besides
so that
her
was a first for her.
Yeah, so it was really special for sure. And like he was crying and stuff, and then right when they put him on me, he like stopped crying. It's like my second son was like a little more difficult, and he's still more difficult. Well, it's like he was born here in San Diego with like.
Now, now we cut off that part. You went from Oregon. Now you made your way back out here to Cali.
I need to like tell the whole story, right? Okay, fuck. We'll get to my other son. Okay.
No, we definitely.
So then, yeah, we got the RV.
Yeah.
We lived in Santa Cruz.
Oh, so you was really making your way like.
Yeah. We went back up, like north, and Santa Cruz is just expensive as fuck, dude. It's like. We was trying to like park our RV, like, yeah, no, it was like 40 feet. It was like a big ass RV, and then
y'all had a whole damn house and shit.
For real, we were like needed a place to park it because then you got like you need electricity. Like it's not like you think, oh, I'm gonna just live in an RV. Right. It's gonna be easy, No, it's not. Like you still need like electricity and like everything. So. Then we fucking moved like to Humboldt, and that's when shit out there. Yeah, that's when shit got pretty fucked up for real. Like
Humboldt.
Yeah, Humboldt like can be like a dark ass place.
I'm not familiar with her. I only know Humboldt for like marijuana out there.
Yeah. There's
why is that
a lot
dark
of weed
in Humboldt?
There's like a lot of like hard drugs that like people get like hooked on, and of course like that's what happened with like my kids, like my first kid's like dad. And then this motherfucker like cheated on me while like I was there, I was like sleeping. I woke up like
wow.
I tried to fight this bitch, dude, but she was like tweaking, bro. So I don't really
have
a
chance. That tweaker strength. You gotta be careful. They lifting cars
that bitch just dropped me like fuck, dude. Hell no. And like I've gotten way stronger since then. So hey, but if you tweaking, like nah, yeah,
exactly.
Someone else can fight your ass. Like fuck that, dude. So yeah, then I just like fuck you, like broke his favorite like glass. It was like $400.
This means something to you, motherfucker.
Yeah. And then I was like, dude, I'm out, bro. Like the next day I took my son and came home.
You was not playing.
Yeah, that was the best choice I made for sure.
There you
And
go.
this fool like tried to creep back up in my life, and like, nah, dude.
Right.
I had to like get a restraining order, and like
that's not the move. I know
in
what
San
we've been through,
Diego,
and we're not
yeah.
doing that no more.
Yeah, like nah, dude. It was like. Yeah, this fool crept back in. I should never like let his bitch ass suck in.
It be happening sometimes though, like that. Like, oh, maybe this could work. This is my son's dad. You know, let's make it work. But in the end,
dude. Yeah,
God showed you what was supposed to work for you.
Yeah, I cut that bitch out real quick because after that shit, like nah, like the feelings, no, like nah. Once you fuck someone over so many times, like they ain't gonna have the same feelings for you.
100%.
Sorry, little bitch. So then, like, yeah, dude. So yeah, then I was back here in San Diego, like with my family. It's good. I'm
about to say that must have felt good too. Now it's like now I'm home.
Yeah, I felt good, and like now I like what. That's also one of the reasons I don't want to leave until. Like, if I do leave, it's going to be when I'm, like, older. But even then, I will always want a house in San Diego, you know?
Yeah, expensive as it is. Like, everybody want a goddamn house out here, for real. Especially if you grew up out here and shit. Like
for
you
real.
Definitely...
Like, hey, we get rights to this shit. We locals. But yeah, dude. Oh. So it's good to be back. And, like, I was chilling for a while. My dad like wanted me out of his house because I had like moved back there. Yeah, it's like I'm gonna move my new girlfriend and I'm dead.
Okay, so he was like he kind of strict.
Well, he's just like he's.
I mean, he's gonna help you, but he's a little strict.
He's like, I'm ready to have like my own life.
Okay.
You know, like
he's like, it's time for me
he
to
hadn't
live.
had like a solid relationship since like my mom, and that was like 10 years before, you know, like.
Right.
So like I understand, you know, and like I was I was pretty like wilding, you know. I'd like have my homies over and do like Molly all night, and like we wasn't being loud, but
yeah, we wasn't being loud though. But like, you know, we was doing what we was doing. We get quiet with it.
Like just Chief, like I don't know, he was chill. He was really chill. He'd like Chief too. So
okay, but then he was like, "Yo, you know what? I'm about to have my lady over here. We can't have that vibe. We can't have that vibe.
Like
she gonna
this
leave
bitch
me.
Crazy. Like yeah, she gonna scare her.
Shit.
Yeah, he didn't want me to scare them away.
So then after that move, like you was okay. Now
I like lived in a like not in a grow house, but like on this little farm for a little. I like learned how to grow weed.
And this is with your son.
I don't know about the word, you know, but yeah, he was there. But you know, like it was separate. The house was like separate from that, and then I was only there for like a couple months.
Whatever the fuck it was, you was like, I'm gonna take care of my kid.
Yeah. I was like, I want to. At the time, like that's what I thought I wanted to do because I was like working in a grow house before that, and like it's like yeah, I definitely wanted to work with like weed. I know, new, and then yeah, it was just rough, dude. Like it's a shit ton of work to grow weed, and fucking the person that I was like working for, we just like we had to get into it like all the time, you know? Yeah. And I would get like hella like migraines. Like sometimes I get migraines. Like that's part of the reason I always wear like glasses and shit. And especially because I was like working, we'd work at night, you know, so I'd be like up all night and then like having to wake up, take care of my son, you know. Like I was like, fuck, dude, this is hard as like this ain't working, you know, like with my body, like I just kept getting migraines. This fool, like, one night was saying I was faking that shit, and I was like, what the fuck?
Like, what? I've been doing
I literally packed up that night and left. I was like, fuck this. Like, I'm not gonna take this shit. More. Yeah, like, I'm not, like, you know, I'm trying to, like, work here and, like, not have these problems.
Right,
like,
and like you said, you was getting into the person with, like, damn near every day, but on a shift. So it's like working on top of the shit you got at home. Now I got to fight with you, and I got to go home and deal with this shit at home too. It's like that's a whole bunch of stress, and you know, like we talk about mental health is way more important because that could take you off the edge.
Yeah, I like knew like, hey, this ain't my path, you know. So I just like, dang, I think I moved back into my dad's again. You know, I was like, hell nah. And then I was there for like I don't know, like almost a year. Like then my mom moved because my mom was like living with her like boyfriend for like they was together for like 7 years, a long time, and he like hated weed and shit.
Oh, so he
And,
couldn't stand you coming around.
yeah, we did not like fuck with each other, you know. It was like I wasn't trying to stay there, you know. Like I'm a stoner, so I'm smoking like on the daily. That ain't gonna work. But
and I'm
then
sure that probably help with your migraines too.
yeah,
Shit.
it does. For real. Like especially you like need to sleep and shit.
Yeah.
It helps. Cause like that's the only way you can really get it to go away sometimes. It's just like sleeping. So yeah. And then like I lived with my mom when she moved out and like broke up with her boyfriend. She like got a new house and like sold her old house and then
And this is still in San Diego.
Yeah. So so I was only living there like 2-3 months, and that was right around the time I started like rapping. Or I guess it was like earlier that year. So like I was living on my dad's. I was 19 when I started rapping. Dang, was I? What the fuck?
You gonna think on it? You gonna think
it
on
was
it?
like 20. Damn, bro. Time has just flown. I'm like, I barely made, like, I didn't really start taking music seriously until like last year, the year before. And then I was like, okay, like, and I just like, you know.
So was it that
busy.
It was that COVID era?
Yeah. That's when I like was like, okay, I'm really gonna start like writing shit, like making it. And I only like made like a couple songs my first like year of rapping, and then I was like the past. Well, I guess I was working on my album, so like I just put out an album in July called Yin and Yang, and I was working on that shit for like over a year, so just like I had like made a couple songs and then been like, nah, fuck this. Yeah, like this ain't it, you know, like I need to really be
when you
happy.
did that, did you let people listen to it after you made it? Or you were just like, I ain't feeling this?
Maybe like my boyfriend would like, and he would be like, yeah, this is good, you know. Like,
did you believe him?
Nah, dude. Like, if I don't think it sounds good, I'm like, nah, dude, like you tripping. And he's like, it ain't even that bad. Like, let me like mix it, you know. Like, and,
so he produced for you?
Yeah.
Okay.
So yeah, he's really good at engineering for sure. Like I paid people like way fucking more than like sometimes will charge me, you know, like 20, 25 bucks. Like, hey, that's just for me though. I'm dead. Right. But yeah, usually I'll do it for free, you know. Well, you know, make some trades on it. But but yeah, he's like really helped me like with music for sure. Like I wouldn't really know. Like I also had a homie, Young Flash. I don't know if you know. He like moved, but he was around here for a while. He is the first person I ever made a song with and like told like, yo, I want to be a rapper, you know, like I just freestyle in my car on like apps, you know, like I was like nervous about like, you know, trying to be a rapper or whatever, but now it's just like, bitch, I'm a rapper, like I can make fire songs and verses and shit, like I don't need no one tell me shit, you know, like, hey, but yeah, I mean, I'm always trying to like perfect my music and make it better. Like if I don't like it, then I'm gonna redo it, even if I have to redo that shit like 30 times, you know.
So you are a worker.
Yeah, I definitely like to.
Is there anybody who inspired you to start doing music?
I mean,
like,
Flash.
It don't even have to be like an artist, whoever. Like anybody inspired you to start doing music. Like, okay, yeah, you know what? I think I do want to pursue this.
Well, like I don't know, Texas like underground rap was pretty inspiring. Like listening, just not just Texas, like all over underground rap on like SoundCloud. Like I love SoundCloud.
Oh, I used to have SoundCloud. Like
I love SoundCloud. That's like I got SoundCloud Pro. You know, can download everyone's fucking shit, and that's like what I use. Like in the car, I always use SoundCloud. You know, and like that's how I found my boyfriend under my second baby daddy. Was from SoundCloud, and like now he's like my first kid's dad too, you know, so he's daddy. And I like I don't know, I hit him up on like Instagram after I found him on SoundCloud to like I was trying to throw a show out here with like Texas artists and San Diego artists or like, you know, make something happen.
You already had the vision.
Yeah, like I was like trying to do it out in the desert. It was gonna be gnarly, but then I like that's a liability, you know. Like everyone getting fucked up in the desert and shit.
It's hot as shit.
And COVID happened, so like that kind of shut that down. But then he was like, "Oh, let me fly out," because he's from like Texas, and do a video. Yeah, like make a music video because I do like fire dancing and like looping and
fire dancing.
Yeah.
Holy shit! So you be
like
having little...
some hippie shit, yeah, for real.
Oh shit!
But yeah, that's just fun, and like I haven't done that shit in years since I like had my since I got pregnant and had my second son, So like that fool like flew out here and we was like dating that weekend. I'm done, dude. That's how you know like we in trouble. I'm dead. But yeah, I mean it's been a rough like we both crazy as fuck, like straight up on dude. But I mean we just passionate people, I guess, and relationships are rough, men just always on some fuck shit, I swear. I'm talking my shit.
Hey, this is your shit, so go ahead. Like get it out there.
But we try to make it work, the kids,
What's that dynamic
and
like?
it like works well.
I was just about to ask, what's the dynamic like with him being a producer and like doing your music, and then y'all being in a relationship? So it's like y'all in the studio together, then y'all gotta go home together. It's like that. What's that like?
Sometimes it's hard, like he'll like always want to go out to the club with his friends and shit. And I'm like, but then I'll go out to the club with my friends. So it's like, okay. Like we gotta like trust each other, but like I don't know, I still don't trust that fool.
Because you had a lot of situations with your ex and all that shit, so it's like that kind of weighed on you now.
Yeah, and like just like shit I be seeing on like daily basis, like how people move. It's just like I don't know, people are hard to trust in general. Like if you like find real people, you gotta like stick with those people, fuck with those people, And like, I don't know, out here, like, I still ain't found, like, many real bitches to, like, work with or do music with out here. Like, fuck. Where y'all at?
I was just about to ask, like, is there any, even if it's not out here, like you said, John, when you find real people you want to keep them close, is there anybody you feel is real that you have kept close?
Yeah, like the homegirl. Lighting Sound Company, Ali J. Sarker that we're doing the podcast. She a real bitch, and then like my homegirl Gabby, she a real ass bitch too. Like honestly, like they my most solid friends. I got a couple other homies that like live farther away. Like my homegirl Timber, she's a real bitch. She lives in Humboldt now, but she crazy.
Them dark hours over in Humboldt.
Yeah, I love my bad bitches, for real. And, like, yeah, I mean, like, Julian, I call him Julian. He's held it down for the most part. I mean, like, he always helps me, like, shoot my videos. And, like, he's just, like, down to, like, make moves and make shit happen, Like, you don't when you meet people like that, like, you gotta fuck with them, because... a lot of people just on the same like shit,
Right.
Like, when people try and do something different, like make shit happen, like that's inspiring,
Yeah. Is there any artist that you feel like maybe even out here in San Diego that you looking forward to, or maybe want to reach out to work with, or something in the works, or anything like? And if it's not, we're gonna keep it 100. It's not.
I mean, like in San Diego and. Nah, like, I've tried to reach out to some of these bitches, and they just, like, they just, like, on some whack shit, and I really don't understand, because I'm just trying to, like, make music and make shit happen, like, make something that's gonna pop the fuck off, And, like, I don't know, I can think of, like, big artists that I'd like to work with, like, Amaretta, she go hard, and, like, Illuminati, yeah, I mean, Lakia goes hard. Gorilla, like, hey, she's, like, popping the fuck off right now.
Hey, you got your list.
Yeah, like, one day, I'm gonna get, You know, these bitches gonna want features of me.
And then it's gonna be too late because the price gonna be too high.
For real, like, yeah, dude. Some bitches just be moving whack, you know? I mean, and dudes be moving whack too. Like, that's why it's important, you know, to find, like, real people, like you say.
Yeah. I know you touched on your album that you've been dropping. Is there anything... I'm going to do that right now. I know you touched on your album that you just dropped. Like, is there anything new that you've been putting out or anything coming out?
I just dropped a single called, like, Games. And that's for all my bad bitches. And then I'm dropping, like, a couple new singles with artists from, like, well, one of them's from Texas. Her name's Jello Mari.
You fuck with Texas, huh?
Yeah, well, that's where my man from. And, like, there's some dope-ass artists out there, for real. Like, Texas is, like, a weird place. It's cool, you know, but, like, Cali's the shit. We still #1, sorry. I did, but nah. Texas is cool, like, yeah. So, and then I also got this song coming out with this girl, Aurelian, and she's from New Zealand and stuff, so that's cool.
How you even get in touch with somebody in New Zealand?
So, like, I'm part of, like, I Exist, which is, like, a brand / like, movement that, it's, like, a conscious community of people who just, like, want to send, like, a more, like, spiritual message to, like, rap and hip-hop and just creating. It's, like, it's pretty beautiful. I mean, like, it's, like, mind, body, soul, which is, like, the I part. And then, like, through that, there's people from New Zealand that are also, like, a part of it, and, like, all over the world. And, like, producers, music artists.
How'd you even find that?
So, like, my boyfriend, like, made it. So he created, like, the brand.
Oh,
it's
shit.
like the clothing brand too. And with, like, spiritual symbols and stuff. It's hard. So yeah, it's cool. I'd be, like, mentioning I Exist in, like, my songs sometimes. Like, when I drop, sometimes it's, like, also, like, a label too. It's, like, a whole, like, movement, you know. So I Exist Records, like.
So this is really something that could really help boost you.
Yeah. So it's a whole, like, movement. Like, a bunch of people are a part of it, and it's, like, a community. Like, when we throw shows and stuff, it's, like, under I Exist, and it gets lit, you know. Like, we all just try and turn up and have fun, like, really, like, move the crowd, have a good time, you know, get lit. I don't know. I like to, like, turn the fuck up, so let's go.
That's what's up, though. So while I still got you on here, I definitely want to know. I mean, I would definitely want you to put out how people could reach you, or is there anything that you want to promote? Anybody you want to shout out, whatever the case may be, while I still got you on here.
Hey, okay, well,
any socials, like how they can reach you, however that is.
Young Mhoon, and I spell it like YUNGMHOON. And that's like there's like some trippiness in it because like
you really about to break a whole table and shit. Young Mhoon is strong, y'all.
Yeah, for real. But yeah, it's like has to do with like owls too and like the moon because like who you know. Who. I don't make it sound like realistic as fuck, but yeah, I like real deep with the ancestors coming through like animals and stuff, you know. They with us. They near, and like my ancestors always come in like owls and like hummingbirds, you know. So I really like resonate with owls and like the wisdom. They're like wisdom, knowledge, like that's like what they symbolize, you know. So yeah, I'm Young Mhoon, bitch. Like trying to spread knowledge, but also keeping it real and talking about like my feelings and shit. Getting that out. It's like a outlet, you know. And yeah, you can find me on like Instagram, YouTube, like everything. I'm under Young Mhoon. Like that's my tag, you know,
And she let
on
y'all know how to
everything.
spell it, so y'all not gonna forget.
Yeah, no fucking excuses, people. Let's go.
But like
Fuck
I
with
said,
me.
I appreciate you for even coming on here and giving us your time. I appreciate you for actually like putting it on the table, like you said, like that was like a release for you. So I'm glad that we was able to be a release for you. So this is something we try to promote. So this is great for us.
And I'm working on my new album. Hey,
let them know. Let them know. You here?
It's gonna be called The New Moon because
Young
I've
Mhoon
changed.
is dropping a new moon.
Yes, because I've changed a lot in the past like couple years, you know, and that's okay. You know, we all changing. Just be your best self out here. Also, enjoy life. You know.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Well, that's another episode of the BiGG Umbrella Podcast. That's big with 2 G's. I'm gonna repeat that. That's the BiGG Umbrella Podcast. It's a wrap.
Thanks, guys. Jobless.
Yo, we worked up to the sun up, sun down.
Dang,
No lie.
yeah.